Okay, today we'll be looking at how to configure DHCP. Let me open my packet tracer. Now I have a saved topology. So let me load that. I have a saved topology. So you go to File, Open. So you click on the file. Yes. So this is what I'll be using. Now, one session I'll be doing what you call static IP. The other session I'll be doing a DHCP. So for the 192.168.1.0 network, I'll be doing static, and then 192.168.0.0 network, I'll be using what we call DHCP. So let me look at my devices. Okay, so it's set to DHCP. You can see it's using what you call a paper IP because there's no DHCP configured on this network, as you can see. Yeah, let me check my other end of the network. The static, I've not provided any IP yet. So what I have to do here is go into my router and then start configuration. But first, I like renaming my devices so I know what device I'm working with. Okay, sorry, this should be 2 because if I use the same one, it's not going to allow me. Now, what I have to do is assign IP address to my router's interface. Network that I'm on given to my router. So I'm going to use my last IPs. Now, if we check from my previous video, if you want to connect to the devices, that is the switches and the routers, you need to connect a console cable for the initial configurations, as we said. But this time around, they provided a CLI interface for us, so we can do such configuration directly without connecting the console, because this is a so if you click, now I can have what my interface. So I'm on the router. So let me just do my initial configurations. COMSYS. So host name LT1. Okay, good. So I can have line VTY 04 password line VTY 1 login. Exit time. Good. So exit. So line console 0. So password console 1 or 0, depending on what you want to use. Log in, and then exit time 3. Okay. Then exit. Okay. Enable secret. So Cisco 1. So I think I'm done with my initial configuration here. Let me exit. Exit. There's one command you have to run to check your interfaces. Show IP interface brief. Okay, so you can see I have my Cisco interface administratively down. That means I, the administrator, have to turn it up. On the switch, you'll be seeing a different thing. Okay, so that means I have to turn it up because I'm the administrator, because I have control over the device. Enable. So you have to be conf t. Then the interface, I have to be in that interface. So interface g 0/0/0. Yeah, so let me check on my topology. So if I should place my cursor here, you can see that's the interface I'm on. 0/0/0. So I'm going to be in that interface and then put the no shutdown. Is this going for want to turn an interface up? So is no shut down. So you can see the interface is up. Okay, so if I want to check from here, I can do what we call do show IP interface brief. So you can see my interface is up now. So the next thing is to turn this interface to up. That's gigabit 001. Okay, so exit interface gigabit 0/0/1. No shutdown. Okay, so as you can see, my two interfaces are up now on the router. So I'm in this interface. So this particular interface is facing 192.168.1.0 network. So I'll have to assign IP address accordingly. So let me put the IP address 192.168.1.254. That's the IP I want to give to the router interface. So here I have to bring my subnet mask, which is 255.255.255.0. Okay, I'm done. So let me exit and then let me assign the gigabit 0/0/0 interface as well, because I've already turned it up. So IP address 192.168.0.25, sorry, 254. That one too is /24, so is going to be 255.255.255.0. Okay, this should be it. All right, so this IP address is in the range of 192.168.0.0 network. So I have assigned IP to my routers. And also, let me exit. So do show run. So here it shows me all that I've done. I've assigned my IP address to the interface accordingly in the configuration mode by bringing or do copy run start. So I have saved my configuration. So the next thing is to go to my switch here, because I'll be given a static IP. So let me deal with this. So when I come here, we'll be working on what? The DHCP. So here I'll be given a static IP. So I will not do much here. All I have to do here is just change the device name, sorry, to, okay, I think I'm good to go here. I'm not going to do anything much here, so here I'm good to go. So here I have to, on my end devices on this network, I have to assign IP statically. So this is why I have to provide my IP .1.1. Okay, so that's it, 255. Now here, default gateway has to be the IP address given to this interface. G that's the gigabit 0/0/0/1 interface. So that will be the IP address for what? The default gateway, because there's a router on the network. So I have to provide that 192.168.1.254. Now, if I have a DNS, I can provide that. So later we'll be looking at how to work with DNS as well. So I'm done with this on the device. That's the PC 6 192.168.1.2. So it's on the same network, so it's going to be 1.254. Nice. I think I'm done with this. So let me try and ping my router. Ping. Oh, sorry. 192.168.1.254. So as you can see, I'm able to ping my router. Let me check on this device as well. So I should be able to ping my router 192.168.1.254. And I'm able to ping the other device as well. Good. So as you can see, my ping is okay on 192.168.1.0 network. Ping is just for testing what connectivity. So now I have to work on my switch 1. So here I'll be doing my DHCP configurations. So here I'll be doing see how to configure what DHCP using this IP address range. Now, mind you, I have 192.168.0.0 network, and I have assigned 192.168.0.254 to this interface, right? That's the router. Now, the switch also will be having an IP. So here, sorry, do show now IP interface brief. All right, so you can see with the switch is just down. It's not like the router which is administratively down. It's just down. So this one you can just turn it up anytime. You can see all these connections are what up, because the moment you connect the moment you connect a cable, the moment you connect a cable to the interface, it comes up automatically because it's not administratively down. Now let's look at something here. VLAN 1, so interface VLAN, oh, VLAN interface VLAN 1. So I'm in. No chat. Okay, so you can see my VLAN 1 is up. So now I have to assign IP address. Okay, so that will be 192.168.0. So this should be 253 because I've given 254 to the router. So as I told you, I like giving my last IPs to devices 255.255.255.0. So I'm done assigning IP, so I can exit. So here now I have to configure my DHCP. That's IP DHCP. Okay. Now I have excluded address. I have pool, relay, and then Snoopy. Now for now we'll concentrate on these two. Okay. So I have to exclude. As you can see, I've assigned some IPs to the interfaces of the router and the VLAN one. Okay. For now, I have to exclude. As you can see, I have assigned IP address to the VLAN one and then the router. So here I can exclude from 192.168.0.240 to 192.168.0.254, because that's the last IP. Good. So I've exclude. Now the next thing is to configure what? My pool. So DHCP pool. So pool, I have to give it a name. That is why you say a word. It means what? Pool name. So any name at all, I can give numbers and then alphabet. But this I'll just say LAN 1. So as you can see, my configuration changes towards DHCP config. So when I bring question mark, so as you can see, default router, DNS, domain, network, will be concentrating on that. Now I have a router on my network, so I have to provide this. So this will be the IP address of my router. Okay. DNS, if I have a server, I'll provide that. Next time we'll be looking at how to configure that. Then domain, yes, if I'm a part of a domain, I can provide that. Then network is very necessary. So that's the network the DHCP can distribute. So let's look at that. Default router. So the default router will be the IP address of this very interface, which is gigabit 0/0/0, which 192.168.0.254, because that's the IP address given to the router. So the next thing, I don't have a DNS. If I'm part of a domain, I'll provide that. But for now, we'll leave that. So the next thing I'll go to is the network. So network. All right. So which network am I on? Looking at this, I'm on 192.168.0.0 network. So I have to provide that. 192.168.0.0 network. Okay. So I'm not done. I have to make the subnet max. Okay. So that's 255.255.255.0. So for now, I'm done because I don't have DNS server. I don't have a domain for now. So I'll leave that out. So I can now exit. Now let's check from the end devices. So let me just refresh. So you can see DHCP request successful. So you are able to receive IP. Okay, 2, 3, and then what? 4. So I think my router now. Okay, so now I'm able to ping. Let me ping the other devices as well. Let me ping 3. So you can see I'm able to ping. Good. So I can be here and then ping my router. Okay, 254. So good. I'm able to ping and then ping another device. Nice. So I'm able to ping. Let me ping another device. Good. So I'm able to ping. Nice. So this shows that my DHCP is working and we are able to ping our router. And then here, now let's try and ping this network. That's 192.168.1.1. Okay. So if you type IP config, right? So it tells you the IP and then default gateway, okay, that you are using. So now let me ping 192.168.1.1. So you can see I'm able to ping that side, and then let me ping from here to the other side. So 192. Let me check this one too. IP config. So you can see I'm on 192.168.1.1 network. So let me ping 192 dot sorry 192.168.0.1. I'm able to ping dot 2. Let's see. Good. Yeah, these have not ping. They've not sent any ping request yet. So for the first one, we'll fill, by the subsequent one will respond. Let me try again. Good. So this shows that I'm able to ping from here to here because there's a router doing the routing between these two networks. So this is it for today. Next time we'll be looking at a lot of things. Okay, subscribe to the channel because I'll be dropping more videos on CCNA and configurations. See you